It's quite comical, actually, when you realize the difference between reality and what some people are talking on TV about.
You took the mark of the devil just so you can eat and breathe. Bows down at the feet and surrendered liberty. Tyranny and terror, corrupted dictators, posing as your leaders while they poison every leader. Pumping fluoride in the water while they rape Iraqi daughters. Dumbing down the public, bashing magazines and fodder. Now they slaughter weakened nations. Faulty explanations, selling fear to the masses. Terror level elevations, revelations is unfolding right before your eyes. Wake up in a fever camp, drugged and hypnotized. Fourth Reich's taking over while you focus on your bling. But I'll bet by this point you haven't heard a damn thing. It's destruction by design, prophesizing every scripture. Take a big step back, see the whole picture. A distraction of the mind to keep you living in a bubble.
We're in a lot of trouble because less than 3% of you people read books.
If someone with a gun stops you and demands your money, would you call police?
Well, what if the person who demanded your money was the police? I-Team's Glenn Meek looked into roadside cash seizures by deputies in rural Nevada and finds their tactics are, well, generating a lot of heat.
That's right. Some people in Humboldt County are sort of tongue-in-cheekly referring to it as highway robbery. Now, we want to say there is no evidence that police and prosecutors are keeping the money for themselves. But there is a very real issue of whether their zeal to intercept drug money is also catching innocent people in the dragnet. The I-Team has obtained exclusive dash cam video from one of these car stops, and it shines a rarely seen light on what's going on the side of the road.
How much money you got?
You're watching Humboldt County Deputy Lee Dove.
That's not Jim, is it? I'm seizing it.
This dash cam video gives insight into what some say is a pattern of questionable drug interdiction stops by Deputy Dove here along I-80 near Winnemucca. He stopped an out-of-state motorist for doing 78 in a 75 zone. Dove finds $50,000 cash and $10,000 in cashier's checks during a search of the car.
I'm convinced that's stolen money. Now, you may get away with the cashier's checks and stuff, but you ain't getting the cash. That's going to be seized.
The first issue is whether Dove obtained permission to search the car, or whether he simply told the driver, Tan Nguyen, that he was going to do it.
Well, I'm going to search that vehicle first, okay?
Well, what's the reason for searching my car?
Because I'm talking to you. Well, I'm not going to explain that to you. I'm not going to explain that to you. I'm not going to explain that to you, but I am going to put my drug dog on that if my dog alerts I'm seizing money. You can try to get it back, but you're not going to get it back. I took it to Vegas and then you'll burn it up with attorney fees before we get it back to you.
But Dove never seizes the money under state forfeiture law. He offers Nguyen a deal. Abandon the cash, and you can leave with the traveler's checks. Otherwise, Dove will confiscate the cash anyway and tow the car because Nguyen's name isn't on the rental agreement.
It's your call. If you want to walk away, you can take the cashier's check, the car, and everything in it, and you can vote. And you'll be on your way. But you're going to be walking away from this money and abandoning it.
Our sheriff and our DA have said, oh, there's no wrongdoing here.
Dee Hosel is a Winnemucca blogger who wants an investigation of the I-80 cash seizures that's independent of the local DA and sheriff.
What they said initially was, well, these are civil forfeiture programs. These kind of things happen everywhere. There's nothing unusual about Humboldt County, but that turned out not to be true. When you have people by the side of the road and you're having them abandon their money so they'll be allowed to get in their car and drive away, they don't do that everywhere.
I don't have all day to sit here debating it. You need to give me a decision what you want to do.
Critics believe deputies have been avoiding court oversight by leaning on drivers to abandon their cash rather than seizing it, and giving warnings rather than tickets.
If they're given a ticket, then they got to show up in court and say, hey, wait a minute, I wasn't speeding. And besides that, this guy took my dough.
Deputy Dove? My name's Glenn Meek. I'm with Channel 8. I caught up with Deputy Dove at a canine training event in Winnemucca, but Dove declined a TV interview. The sheriff's office released a photo of Dove with Nguyen's money following the traffic stop, saying the money would be used to help fight crime. But the money was eventually returned to Nguyen, along with $10,000 in attorney's fees, after Nguyen sued the department.
An armed person stops a traveler and demands the traveler's money and tells the traveler that unless he gets in his car and moves on down the road and forgets all about it, He's going to take his car, too.
There's your license. I'm not going to call the tow company.
I'd say that might be pretty close to what you're describing as highway robbery.
And you're free to go, my friend. All right?
This afternoon, I had a candid conversation with Sheriff Ed Kilgore of Humboldt County. To his credit, he conceded that proper procedures were not followed in a number of cases. He says officers no longer ask people to abandon their cash. If it's suspected proceeds from crime, the civil forfeiture process will be followed and people will be given their day in court. He does put some of the blame on the DA's office up there, though, for not making sure that his cases that his office sent them were properly reviewed and processed. I left messages with the DA's office but didn't get a response. Here's what Kilgore said to me today. We want to do the right thing. I am a strong proponent of fighting the war on drugs, and I want to make sure everything we do here is on the up and up. And coming up at 11 p.m., we'll hear more on the changes being made as a result of all the controversy surrounding these cash seizures, and we'll also hear from a young man who had $2,400 confiscated from him simply as he traveled across Nevada on the way to California for a new job.
Somebody's got to be checking on him like you did. Thanks, Glenn.
$50,000. It's fucking extortion. You heard the video. I'm going to put a link in the description box of this video. I'm trying to wrap my brain around the rationalization these fucking idiots in the sheriff's office are making. It's to fight crime. It's $50,000. So what are you saying? Because he had $50,000 and he had $10,000 in cashier checks, it might be drug money, and he's going to bring in the fucking dog? Now, if that's not a police state mentality, I don't know what is. Unbelievable. And if there was no wrongdoing, then why did he win when he got an attorney? Why did he get his money back? I mean, a cop can pull you over for going 3 miles an hour over the speed limit if he wants to. In my experience, they generally don't. And everybody knows about the fucking dogs, that they can bring a dog in and make them do a certain thing and use that to violate the right of search and seizure. We all know that. It's just an unbelievable story out of Nevada. I'm not surprised whatsoever. It's extortion. They can try to put any kind of spin on this they want. It's flat out extortion. That's what we're going to, people. The police are not on your side. We've known this forever. And this is blatant bullshit. I'm just at a loss for words. I don't know. 50 grand? I'd tell you to kiss my ass. And I'm going to court too. Arrest me then. What are you going to arrest me for? Because I won't give you my $50,000? And you heard the video. You have a choice. Give me your money and you can walk away. I don't know. I'm going to put a link in the description box. Fuck this asshole. As far as I'm concerned, he should be thrown off the force. He doesn't deserve to be a police officer for the sheriff's office. He doesn't deserve it. He's a fucking Nazi-type piece of shit bootlicker. That's what he is. You can leave. You're free to go if you give me $50,000. Whatever. Fuck him. He's a piece of shit.